Hello, my beautiful Leos. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, getting ready to do your July 2019 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And of course, for those that are returning, thank you so much. Your support of the channel is always overwhelming. And connecting and reading for each and every single one of you is an absolute privilege and honor. I'm sorry if my words are a bit choppy or I seem a bit distracted. I've got a lot going on personally right now. Send your well wishes to Thora. She's going through some medical things at the moment, but I'm very hopeful. She's got a team of awesome vets working with her. So, yeah, if I seem a bit distracted, I'm here with you. Not to worry, okay? And forgive me if I'm not as fluent in my speech as you guys are accustomed to. Anyways, I want to, for all, like I said, who've reached out to me for frankincense and personal readings, please be patient with me in getting back to you. I respond to emails in chronological order, so I don't miss you and I won't skip you. Just be patient with me, all right? And if you feel like it's just been an oddly long amount of time, so anything over, I'd say about a week or a week and a half, email me again, because then I might have actually missed you. I do everything manually myself, everything from scheduling, bookings, invoicing, everything for both the frankincense, myrrh, and the personal readings. So if you want to reach out to me about any of those things, the details are below. For all that timestamp the reading, thank you. Please continue to timestamp prior to the prayer. Okay, that's a big pet peeve of mine, guys. So I appreciate when you guys acknowledge that this reading starts when the prayer does, okay? With regards to any other things, I have a bunch of things, but I feel like I pray, right? And I meditate prior to your reading. So going into these long intros, it messes with the downloads. I'm trying to hold as many of them as possible that I already have. So I want to keep the energy and just go into it. But if there's anything that I want to address, it'll be in the description. Okay, guys? All right. I do smoke pot for those that are new. It's not the nature of this, okay? So do not come at me. I'll get right back at you. And but if you want to smoke with me, feel free to. If not, not to worry. It's not the nature of this, okay? Now, we are going to go into prayer, guys, all right, and then get into your July spread, okay? Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, thank you for connecting me with the collective of Leo. Please allow me to communicate clearly the messages to them that are in the greatest good surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal development and ascension, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels for everything you do for me and Thora and the collective. Your healing energy, your protective energy, your support. I mean, we're nothing without it, and we're nothing without you. So thank you, and amen. Spirit's telling me you can do this. Just go through it. Meaning the reading. Those cards in the prayer were for me. Just telling me you're fine. Just keep going. I'm very sensitive about my energy. Like I tell you guys, if I'm not in a good place, I don't do the reading, right? But as I ascend, I learn to stabilize in a good place so that regardless of what happens to me externally, I maintain this sense of still and calm and collection or whatever, right? So anyway, Spirit's just reminding me, you can do it. This is fine. You'll be fine. All right, let's get into it, guys. For July, my Leos. What's going on? These are general messages, guys. I'm using the Venetian Tarot by Eugene Vininsky, who also makes the Kabbalah Tarot deck as well. He is based out of Sweden. I found him, I'm pretty sure it was eBay, and he ships... I'm pretty sure he's the only one you can actually order these from, and they're limited quantities. So they're special. They're nice. I love the art. They're different. They're unique. And the quality of the cards are really, really good too. Okay, so your overall energy is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy, but this is introspection. This is the time you take alone, okay, to better understand yourself. A lot of people refer to this as the dark night of the soul because sometimes you have to reflect on some darker parts of you, okay? Or you have to go to places that are dark because within yourself, they're only dark because you haven't shined your light on them yet, meaning they're untapped, unfamiliar parts about yourself. Looks like a lot of my Leos were taking time alone, whether you were actually alone or not, to do that. This is an energy. This is what you do to ground yourself. So however you're feeling ungrounded or whatever instability prompted you to go into this hermit mode in the first place, acknowledge that. Be aware of that. You should know what triggers you to go into these places, what that looks like, so that this isn't, people fight this. And then the universe will force this upon you, almost like in a tower moment. Like if I ever see the tower and the hermit next to it, it's like, oh, the universe forced your ass because you were trying to fight that, weren't you? You know, where when we ascend and we develop and we understand what this hermit mode, dark night of the soul, all that shit is, we don't fight it anymore because we understand that it's temporary. We understand the benefits. We understand everything we get when we come out. What we get when we come out is exactly what we needed when we were prompted into the hermit mode in the first place. Like I said, whatever caused an instability for you, okay? It's that very thing. It's exactly, I'm trying to explain this as best as possible. Whatever you acquire, whatever understanding you get in the hermit mode is going to give you the stability you need going forward that you didn't have when you were prompted in that hermit mode to begin with, because you can go in and out of this multiple times throughout the course of your life for different reasons, to find different things to strengthen this light more and more, right? Anyway, with Virgo, with it being Virgo energy, obviously it's an energy that you go into in order to ground yourself, all right? Anyways, first card out. Wow. Judgment. A lot of you needed to go into this hermit mode because your perception of the past brought you a level of imbalance in anything you created in the future that was maddening. And it was like maybe the universe forced this time of isolation, this time of self-reflection, this time of withdrawal, in order for you to meet with the angel of the past, in order to get better understanding over what was going on, so that you can bring a certain level of justice and mental peace to yourself. A lot of the times we're tormented by the past because there's a lack of resolve, because we're not looking at it right. It's like it's like broken telephone. The more the years go by, it's like you told yourself the memory, you replayed the memory in your head, and after every year, it gets either more dramatic or less, like it changes, it morphs. 20 years later, what the fuck happened? Who knows? Because now you got some, it's like the old people who were like, my grandfather, God rest his soul, he used to be like, you lazy kids, back in the day, we would walk for 20 miles, no shoes, in the snow, in feet of snow. Meanwhile, he was from Italy. I'm half Italian, half Jamaican. He's from Italy. I'm like, okay, all the snow you went through. Okay. But it was just funny how like every year it got more intense, because then it was like a massive hill. And then it was like 3 hours and 40 miles. Like it just got more, right? And time can do that. So it's very important that you ground yourself in your own perception of where you've been. Okay? Because If not, it can negatively impact your views and how you view your potential of going forward. Some people are crippled by fears of things that they weren't exposed to for like 15 years. But they still perpetuate that fear in everything they do now. Why? Because they replay this, and every time they replay this in their memory, it gets more intense, it gets more dramatic. So sometimes when that gets that way, it gets to a breaking point where you yourself realize that the past is playing out in the future and you don't understand why, and it's this self-reflection that allows you to ground yourself in your own reality. Sometimes we're perpetuating a past that isn't ours. It was like sometimes you're not replaying the story. It could be your mother. It could be your partner. It could be somebody else replaying the story, and now you're living out a past that you don't even actually reconcile with. And it was just because it kept being repeated over and over. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Second card out. For some of you that are, and I'm seeing this in so, and I say it like that because I'm not a fan of certain things. Like outside of being like an empath and you're like Hood's favorite oracle, like I have my own personality and my own things that the past, it can be a fickle thing, man. Anyways, it looks like the past is coming in quick. Sorry, guys. I don't know what this is for you. You know, with the Mercury season, the retrograde season coming, you know, this is expected or anticipated. You'll see a lot of readers talk about these past energies coming back, right? Me, myself, has experienced things like this during these seasons. And if the past is being brought to you during a retrograde season, it's in order to view it properly. It's almost like the angel of the past was telling you that you weren't viewing the past properly and you weren't listening. So then the angel of past sounds the horn and brings the past back to you, giving you an opportunity to see it correctly again, like see it right now and move forward and detach from it. Like, for example, some people, they wait for past lovers for years, only for that past lover to show up 5, 10 years, whatever later, and that person isn't even attracted to them anymore. Why? Because whatever feelings and attraction were here in the past, as the memory played over, this person got hotter. This person, the feeling got more intense. The fantasy grew. So when the angel of the past says, wait a minute, you've gone too far. You've skewed too far off of the reality over what happened. The angel of the past, typically during a retrograde season, with the support of the planets, will bring the past to you to show you that. And then you have an opportunity to look at it honestly from where it is, which could be very difficult for you as a person depending on where you're at, right? Or move on, you know. I'm the worst. Okay, either way, guys, I'm not trying to lose my head's in so many places, you know, but I'm still going to come with these readings for you because I have to get over that. I need to be strong enough I can channel regardless. And it's like, anyway, looks like the past might come back. The angel of the past is bringing something from the past back to you in order for you to gain a realistic perspective on it. And what you decide to do with it, I guess we'll find out, or we won't find out, but we'll see what's to follow. Third energy out. Some of you wished for this to come in. Now, is this an old wish or a new wish? Because a lot of the time we wish for things. But if you wish for things under some delusion of the past, like I said, if you've romanticized somebody and you're fantasizing about somebody and you're not seeing the past and the experience and the lessons for what they are, them coming back may feel like a wish fulfillment at first. It depends how far you skewed off from the reality of the actual past and the experiences with them. Right? Or this could be a wish fulfillment. You know, something from the past coming back was something you were ultimately waiting for. But let's see further. This is interesting. The 10. We have 8, 9, 10. the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and I shuffle in front of you guys. You guys know what time it is. The 8 of Wands, I just noticed that. The 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. Oh, sorry, this isn't the 9 of Cups. This is the 6. I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'm not reading the Roman numerals properly. This is actually the 6 of Wands. This is victory and recognition. So maybe the past is coming back for you to recognize something you didn't see before. Maybe that you were always positioned you were always in a better position than you might have remembered. So maybe you're victimizing yourself. Meanwhile, the universe is bringing the past back to either show you how far you've come or how well you were always sitting to begin with. Sometimes the way we view the past will really fuck up our quality of life in the present. So if the universe is bringing back anything from the past, it might be an opportunity to drop burdens, regardless of what you decide to do with the person. You know, the angel of the past brings people back for reasons, lessons, closure, healing. But because of our attachment to people, if we don't want the person, then we don't want the angel of the past to come back and bring all that healing and learning. Why? We don't want the person. The angel of the past doesn't give a fuck about your thoughts. Like, the angel of the past knows what time it is and what needs to be done. But are you going to opt to drop the burden of whatever toxicity there was, or whatever delusion there might have been, or fantasy that was so unfulfilling because it's unattainable because this person already showed you that they can't fulfill such a thing? Like, it's just like, you know, looks like the whole in the middle of your spread, holy shite, the 10 of Cups, 2 10s. Maybe the angel of the past is bringing someone back or something back, and whatever blockages were there before are no longer there. Or the angel of the past is showing you that what you might not have seen, which is exactly the true reason why that union didn't work. Because you might have spent this whole time giving it reasons of not working that weren't true. Meanwhile, the angel of the past brings the past back to show you, no, that wasn't true. You know, don't be burdened with those thoughts, because this is the actual reality. Okay, so there's a lot of ways of seeing this play out, guys. You know, when you see the readers talk about the past and people coming back, you need to open your mind to what they're saying. Do not be spoon-fed the information. Pause the video. Think. Use your own interpretation. Don't be so fucking codependent. If you've been watching tarot for over a year, you should have your own deck and know at least the meanings of a few cards. You know? But anyways, lots of ways of interpreting this. But the angel of the past is bringing something to you. And I think it might be something from the past that you might have wanted to come back, only for the universe to show you, are you sure you really want it anymore? You know, you've been recognized for a certain level of honor. Would you want to jeopardize that for the past? Because sometimes the past brings us people who know an old version of us that doesn't exist. And now this is your new version, and someone from the past might be challenging that for you. Be very mindful of that. And if it is, then it is a family member or somebody that you were in a committed partnership with. Then we have the 9 of Wands. A lot of wand energy surrounding a partnership, a lot of action surrounding a partnership from the past. For some of you that are coupled, the angel of the past is bringing back something. I hate these messages. Some of you ignored something about your partner, or your partner ignored something about you. Okay, these are for relationships that have been established, okay? A couple of years at least. And the angel of the past is bringing said thing back in order. It's almost like if you or your partner put the rug over something, the angel of the past is ripping it off. There's a burden someone in the relationship is holding onto. One of the people in the relationship is holding this burden, and it's surrounding events in the past that have maybe you or this person has given the impression that you've moved past it. With the Eight of Wands, that's quickly moving. So you might have quickly moved over something that happened in the past, okay? Only for the universe to bring it back to you, to show you how burdened you truly are, okay? About something that needs to be sorted out within a pre-existing relationship. Okay. It's funny because with the 10 of Wands and then the 10 of Cups and then the 9 of Wands, it's almost like someone from the past is asking you to bear a burden. Or release a burden. Sorry. And I don't want to speak on that yet. Let's keep going further. This is interesting. Sorry, guys, if I'm sometimes I forget you're here. The 9 of Swords, right under the burden, right under the angel of the past, Judgment. And I don't know why I'm seeing it as the angel of the past, which is the way it's depicted in the Angel Tarot deck. The last time I used this deck, I think, was in Feb or Jan. So there might be, for Leo, maybe a crosswatch. Anyways, someone is stressed and burdened about the past, and the universe is giving an opportunity to whoever is burdened to release it. Whether it's bringing in healing, whether it's getting closure, to do either thing, whether reconcile or walk away. Before you decide to do any of those things, the primary thing you want to look at is that healing and that release and that freedom, right? That change of energy. Because taking out, like if you're just looking at it from basic elementary energy, this is heavy energy and this is light energy, right? So it's like the past is giving an opportunity in the middle of your spread, what looks like to be a nucleus family or a partnership relationship, to drop some kind of burden. And that burden could be a misconception about the past, lies about the past, things owed from the past. I mean, it could be whatever. Who knows? Let's keep going. Leo, some of you could be burdened by memories of the past if you are waiting for someone. And if you are, I really believe you'll reach a climax. But before you reach that climax, it's going to be very uncomfortable, right? Getting to the point of deciding that you're done and you give up. It's like you're going to reach a boiling point of stress and burden, right? And really look at what's imposing this energy. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it's some misperception about the past. Some fantasy you're perpetuating, victimizing yourself instead of taking your power back and turning it into, taking your pain and turning it into power. Taking your power back from the beginning. I mean, the accountability. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of ways. I'm just reading the first 2 cards. This is simple. The past coming in quick. Just as quick as that 8 of this card just flew out of my hand. It's like some of you might be burdened by the sheer speed of which it comes in, and feel burdened about how maybe you have a lot of things going on. Maybe you have another relationship. Some of you might already be in other partnerships, and the past comes in, or maybe you have just started your own family and now your nucleus family is still coming in with burdens and demands. And it just seems like for some of you, you might be feeling a little bit exhausted, alone, when all these things kind of come at you, because it's like, when I say all these things, it's the past coming back, but it feels like you have a lot going on possibly already. Maybe you're the one feeling burdened. Maybe the person coming back from the past is coming with burdens. Listen, if this is somebody from the past coming back, they're burdened. And then you inherently might be burdened by everything that they come and tell you and offload to you, and all the emotions that become alive or whatever. But if this is a situation from the past, like, it could be a legal situation coming back in for you. You know, there's been a decision made on something and now you're getting word of it, you know, and it could possibly be positive, but we're going to have to get clarification, because we've got the 10 of Cups and then the 9 of Wands. We have partnership and then light partnership energy, and then heavy, lonely energy. They're almost polaring. These energies are almost opposite to me as a reader. So let's see further. This is interesting. I hope you guys are still with me here. Okay, the next card out is the Ace of Wands. Guys, wands, 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 wands. Either you or someone, there is, for a lot of you that have been in this energy, for a lot of you that have been in this hermit mode, like how we started off the reading, the reason why you're feeling burdened is because you are ripped out of hermit mode by how quickly this comes into you. So maybe you were managing everything that you were doing and still maintaining this energy where it's really together. It's no matter if you're around people or not, they feel like you're going to hear, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" You know, even if you're not sad, it's you're withdrawn in a sense. And then you're forced to come out, and make yourself seen and known and be addressed and be recognized. So be in somebody's attention again, right? The past gets your attention again. Maybe by the sheer speed, or I don't know the methods of which it comes to you. That alone can be distracting or stressful or burdensome. Yeah. This is interesting. And then Queen of Cups. So straight up, Leo, some people are stressed about you being open to a new beginning with them. And if it is from somebody from the past, it's probably because it didn't end well, right? Shocker. But if it is, it might not be a person. It might be an opportunity from the past that comes back again, and you have to drop the burdens of what's stopping at the fore. There's no action being taken. Where can you go like this? These burdens could be anything. They could also be thoughts. It's like, if it is somebody from the past and it didn't work out well, you're burdened with all these thoughts. Okay, even if it is somebody new offering you an opportunity, Leo, some of you could be burdened with a lot of thoughts from the past about things that didn't go well, that you're not letting go. Failures, what you whatever want to call them. And if you're still looking at it as failures, it's because you haven't seen the lesson from them yet. And that's half of the problem. And if you don't see the lesson and you engage in partnership again, it's only for you to find out that same lesson again and realize it wasn't a failure, it was a lesson. But this self-deprivating shit is burdening a lot of you, and it's tethered to the past. For some of you, it's like, for some of you, the past isn't coming back. Because I just realized this angel of the past isn't looking at, it's for some of you, the angel, because for me as this judgment, it's like, this could be sounding the horn that the past is over. Some of you just need to straight release that and allow for like new to come in. Let's get clarification though, because I'm already 30 minutes in and I'm like, I have questions, Leo, about your reading. I'm like, what's going on? Thank you for the God. Yeah, my table's all kinds of fucked up. I gave my buddy medication and now she's on antibiotics. She's going through it. Anyway, she's good though. She's hard as nails. All right. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for this beautiful spread for my beautiful Leos. Please allow me to clarify this reading. Can I get clarification for the judgment? The 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, it's like the past is over and now you're getting the new shit coming in. It's like you're going to start living. This is, for some of you, the past is over and it's like, you might not realize that. It's like what I was telling you, like sometimes people from the past view you in a way you're not anymore. Some of you are viewing yourself the way you were in the past and you're not like that anymore. Like everybody else is viewing you like this, but you think you're one of the people standing, like sitting there, but you're really like, it just, there's this disconnect in the, like however that plays out, the past is going to come up for you in retrograde season. Whether physically, whether certain circumstances make you bring memories of the past that you need to resolve, whether you, in retrograde season, realize how concluded the past really is for you in the sense of you've gained enough of the reflection, you've reflected enough to gain the information required to move on to the next. So the burden of it's like graduating. You get to release the burden because you've graduated from this phase of your life. And the judgment, this angel here sounds that horn to say the decision is made. You have successfully completed. It's time to let this go now and move forward. Right? So the angel, this judgment, a lot of readers refer it to the past, but I also think it's very indicative of something new beginning as well. Because if the angel of the past says the past is done, then that means we start anew. That it looks like the universe is hoping you'll be open to. It's looking like Leo's, it could play out so many ways, but it looks like with the tens, with 2 10s and then an ace, it's stressed about, wow, it's 10, 10, 9, 9, 1, queen. Judgment, 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups. Listen, if the angel of the past brings anyone or anything back, it's important that you look at it. And this is coming from someone who I'm not a big fan. I want new, but I understand how much healing can occur if the universe brings you something back. Because I just feel like if the universe didn't see any benefit of healing, closure, resolve, or at the very least, a better realistic approach or view of the past, why would it bring it back? Like just for the fuck of it, just for like shits and giggles? There's a lesson in it somehow. Maybe the simple lesson is to not engage this shit again. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's purposeful, you know? Some of you, very simple and plain, are getting a positive verdict in your favor in some kind. You're victorious. There is a judgment made in your favor. That is the simple sentence I wanted to make. A judgment made in your favor. With the judgment, 8 of Wands, getting fast communication about it, and of victory. And the angel of the past would have meant that would have been a judgment that was initiated for a while now. But yeah, let's get clarification on that. 6 of Cups, the past, clarifying judgment. This is like soulmate reflecting on the past, you know. But how do you feel when you reflect on the past? How does it make you feel? It almost looks like this guy's covering his ears because he's haunted by it. He's not resting his head. It's almost like he's covering his ears. It's like, I can't stop hearing or being haunted by it, right? 6 of Cups speaks of nostalgia, childhood memories, past life relationships, people from the past coming back, happiness in the upright, joy. And mind you, the joy might not come initially when this person comes back. For many of you, it might not be a joyful occasion, but if you look at it from a higher sense of self, it could be quite joyous after the healing that you gain when you communicate yourself clearly and honestly, and you allow that said person to do the same in return. Okay, so maybe the angel of the past and this judgment is giving you an opportunity to do things different. An opportunity to do things different. That's probably what I'm going to name this shit. To do things different. I probably wrote this and I probably ain't even going to name this shit like that. Anyways, that's pretty loud. So prepare for the past to rear its beautiful, ugly, indifferent head. And these readings are in the next 3 weeks, 3 months during retrograde season. Okay. Can I get No, wait, too much. Can I get clarification on this 10 of Wands, this 10 of Cups, and this 9 of Wands? Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. And my Leos for July. What's this bird? What do we got again? The Ace. Oh, sorry. There's flammable. Oh, it's okay, Thora. It's okay. Oh, my bubby. You okay? You came to save Mama? Oh, it's Dora, guys. Come look, say hi. Oh, here's my Chachi. Yeah. It's okay. Go lay down, okay? I'm okay. I just almost burnt the table. Go on, go lay down, Chacha. Okay, Bubby, go lay down, please. Okay. Yeah, we've got the Ace of Wands again. All right? But it's coming to clarify the 10 of Wands. And it's funny because this Ace of Wands plus this 9 of Wands would too also equal the 10 of Wands. I'm seeing a lot of mirroring in this relationship. So for some of you, this reading is talking about a pre-existing relationship. Maybe you are in partnership right now and something from the past is coming back and is causing some turbulence in the relationship. Instead of being threatened by it, stand true in your union, should it be a true union, and take this as an opportunity to drop burdens of the past. And don't let the past be something threatening, when really it's an opportunity to free yourself. You know, some of the most long-standing relationship and successful relationships have these aces of wands and these new beginnings, passionate beginnings, multiple times throughout their relationship. And they usually come after bouts of trial, tribulation, and then dropping the burdens, because you gain the lessons and the understanding and realized you weren't a victim. You were a student. Okay? All right? So some of us just go to more ghetto schools. No, I'm just joking. My baby, my Tora Bora. Oh, my Tora Bora. I love her. Oh, I can't say her name. She's going to run over here. Okay. All right, Father God, can I get clarification on this 10 of Cups in the middle of the spread? It just seems really screaming at you guys. It's the Ace of Wands. Okay. For some of you, it is a reconciliation, because we have the Ace of Wands twice, then we have the 8 of Wands twice. But to clarify, what's in the middle of your spread is the 8 of Wands in reverse. So there is a separation. For some of you, this is like a soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, in separation. And what's coming back from the past could possibly be some kind of soulmate relationship. Because straight up, for some of you, you do have a passionate new beginning with something from the past, or you get a passionate new beginning after resolving and creating closure from something from the past. However you want to look at this, it can play out different ways, but overall, yeah. Some of you, though, it's like, for some of you, the past brings up the emotions that were also over there. So for some of you, you've healed, or you believe you've healed from the past, only for it to resurge, come back, okay, and bubble up all these feelings. Don't blame whatever came from the past from bubbling up the feelings. Thank it. Because like I said, the angel of the past works in method and strategy, meaning this angel knew for a fact that what it brought you would bubble up these emotions and wanted to, so that the other angels that work in this gang can remove and teach you to remove these heavy, unnecessary feelings that have you going through life feeling exhausted, maybe even defensive. This is my feral card, you know, that feral dog type shit. Like that's that energy for me, you know, and it's because there's still that pain, you know, that you can feel when you do reflect on it. Some of you haven't reflected on the past at all, and the angel of the past is bringing this shit back to you because it's like, wait. You really want to pretend that didn't happen and not gain any lessons from it and just go, that didn't happen? No. You're going to not have to maybe necessarily go through it again, where you might have to, you might not, but you're going to get the understanding. So be very, when you're hearing all this, the past, regardless of how you feel, either you're super excited because you've been waiting, or you're like, nah, fuck that, I don't want the past. It doesn't matter what you want. Take yourself out of yourself for a second and ask God in meditation why the universe would bring something from the past to me. Or ask God why I've been waiting for something for the past to resurge and it not come back to me. You need to ask these questions. It's important to understand the ecosystem you are a part of. I don't know, maybe because that what you're waiting for, you didn't realize was a blessing that was left behind. Only for the angel of the past to bring it back to show you how ugly it was in the first place. It's not an unnecessary lesson, but for some of you, it is, for as far as you've come. Do not reject the past when it comes back just because you either don't want it or you don't want to go revisit those feelings or you think you've gotten over it. A lot of the time the universe brings the past back so that healing can occur. Realistic perspectives that are rooted in reality, consensus, general consensus reality, not your own narcissistic one. You know, honesty is the best policy, and the angel of the past, this judgment angel here, is going to guarantee that that horn is a very powerful tool. When this angel blows that horn, nothing on the planet can hear anything else but that. It's very powerful. Nothing in your world you'll hear other than the past ringing in your ear, and it's that horn. She's not doing this for nothing. It's for a reason. This angel could be doing a lot of other things than wasting its time to get your attention about something from the past just because. Anyways, seems like there's going to be some balancing and some realistic... for those of you that have been in like unsure or just confusion, it looks like that the angel of the past will bring an opportunity to drop the burdens of the misconceptions, okay? In order for you to really come out of that mental imprisonment, frustration, anxiety, worry, and open up to something new. Whether it's with the person or from the past, or whether it's after you resolve the past and you move forward, guys, you decide. And if any tarot reader is telling you what to do and you actually go do it, don't go blame them like idiots when it doesn't work out. Because that's why I don't tell you. You're going to have to figure that out. I just tell you what's around you. Okay? Yeah, Nine of Swords again, but it's in reverse. You have so many duplicate cards, guys. You've got the Ace of Wands twice. The Six of Cups and the Judgment card are almost like considered the same cards, okay? Similar meanings, just one in the minor and one in the major. And then the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, yeah, and yeah. Oh, and the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands. So if I were to just read those energies, it's the past is coming back real quick, and you might be stressed about either starting new without the past or starting new with someone from the past. Either moving on from the past and that's how I could quickly just sum up these duplicated cards. For some of you, it is mirroring. There's mirroring happening between you and someone else. Most likely who you've been thinking about, you manifested them into you. And that's if you were mirroring them. Okay? And then lastly, can I get clarification for this Queen of Cups and this Ace of Wands? This new beginning looks hot. As you can see, he's hot. Well, he's hot, but he ain't stupid. Approaching with caution. If this is somebody from the past, simple and plain, they are approaching you with caution. Might be that too. Shit. Actually. Yeah. This is approaching with caution. It's the Knight of Pentacles, but instead it's not moving slowly because it's just slow. It's moving cautiously. And it's not afraid, it's cautious. Meaning if I move too fast, I'm not going to see my surroundings and what I'm walking into. So if I walk slower, I can absorb my surroundings better as I proceed. For some of my Leos, you're moving cautiously. And you're moving cautiously because you are bombarded with options. This is the Seven of Cups. And be careful, because it really depends what you're looking for, right? For a lot of you, you're looking for passion and inspiration and a spark, and that is definitely what the Hermit looks for when coming out of this energy. Mind you, under the Hermit is the Eight of Cups. So it's walking, it's a lot of, for a lot of you, this Judgment card was the judgment call you made on the past to walk away from what didn't serve you, okay? And now you're approaching with caution your options. Trust and believe on the other side of these options is a new beginning that you get to ultimately champion and decide what you want, how you want to embark in it, engage in it. But it looks like an opportunity to release the burden of maybe negative perpetual thoughts about yourself and being able to come out of the past. Maybe the negative thoughts you had about not being able to find a partner, or telling yourself, I'll never open up again, or I'll never love again, or I'll never, all those thoughts. Angel of the past might be bringing some things up to you to say what made you think those things in the first place might not have been. Look at it differently. Angel of the past is saying, look at it differently. You need to make a different judgment call, an opportunity to make a different judgment call. Maybe you're being prompted to make a different a judgment call now just based on the newfound information. It's like some of you, are, I'm getting for a small group of you Leos, there's people knew you went here. Maybe you studied somewhere, or you did something. There's some kind of you're taking your time. Some of you are burdened because there's people waiting for you to come out of your reclusion, your hermit mode. You're burdened with what you have to go back and do when you come out of here. Some of you dashed in here in an emergency. Like I said, when you're unstable and you're ungrounded, you'll go into the hermit mode out of sheer survival. Right? How do I find myself again? How do I ground myself again? What's the truth? Problem is for some of you, you've got people waiting. The same people that are here are the same people waiting in queue here, watching you. So some of you have pressure to come out of your isolation or come out of your solitude. And you might be a little bit stressed about the pressures to do that. But ask yourself why the universe would be doing that. What's the lesson? Like, think deeper. Your thoughts should be layered. Oh shit. And then I stop and we have the Emperor. This is taking charge. Some of you were not in control when whatever from the past that is returning to you, whenever you were originally with it, or whenever you last saw it, you were not in a position of control or authority over the relationship, the interactions, the communications, nothing. But you are now, which is probably why the angel of the past is bringing it back up so that you can see this now. A lot of the work that you do, you don't even realize that it's done until the universe puts it into practice for you. And it looks like the universe is about to do that, okay? And then we'll do the romance, because I really wanted to do the Amenti. The Amenti deck is so beautiful, but it's the thing is long. The description, some of the descriptions are kind of long. Maybe I'll just pull it and show you. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. Like I said, for some of you, you're in a committed relationship and you are going through the layers. Please understand. That's why people renew vows. Okay, that's why people get divorced and remarried again. That's why, it's because you can feel it's the wand. You can feel this spark over and over again. Especially as your commitment ascends and you tap into new levels of the relationship, of the bond, you can get these new sparks again. It's like every time you relearn somebody, or learn deeper levels of somebody, it sets off a spark. That's why a lot of the relationships you see, they don't have any stamina. Okay? Because it doesn't ascend. Therefore, that original spark that was there, that was all great, what was that supposed to last forever? No. This gets re-sparked up by the couples that last, by the relationships that work. Identify what's worth commitment for you, because your commitment is worth something. Okay? Don't just be committed because society tells you need to own somebody. Okay? Define your institution. Redefine your institution of love. Tear down the old infrastructures of love, sex, and relationship that do not work for you, and allow your infrastructure of love, sex, partnership, and relationship live and play out in your reality. Why? Because you created it from a more healthy place after all the ascending and awakening you've done. So of course, now is the time to create something like this. Look how far you've come. That's the Emperor. Anyway. Okay, guys. Past life relationship. Guys, it's screaming the past. I mean, you've known this person before. The person coming back to you, you've known them before, but so what? What does that mean? It depends on the person. There's a lot of people you knew before that you lost contact with that you're going to reconnect with. Okay? The purpose is are you open to healing, learning, regardless of what you decide you want to do with that person in your life? If the universe opened an opportunity for you to gain healing and better understanding and closure, wouldn't you take it? I'm also speaking to myself. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking, faith will bring romance. Some of you need to stay optimistic about your love life, your future love life, not the past love life coming back and hopefully getting a resolve that will bring you attachment. No. You want union with somebody from the past, guess what? You're still going to have to do and be open to everything that the person who doesn't want the person from the past to come back but knows better should do, meaning be open to the healing and the closure. If there's an opportunity to do that, great. Or even if there's an opportunity to gain a lesson that, wow, you've really come a long way. These are the kind of people, these are the kind of partners. This is the kind of way you used to engage with people and you don't anymore. It feels uncomfortable, this past coming back, right? Well, it was your ugly past. So again, before I sound this horn, are you done with it? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And then it's over and you move forward. Because the fact of the matter, the last two cards here is Spirit asking you to be open to your new beginning. That falls in line not just with your free will, but divine will. Okay? We're going to stop there. I just have to, nope, we're going to stop there. All right, guys. That is your July spread, my beautiful Leos. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know if this resonated with you and what you think. And until the next time I see you, please continue to let your inner angels live. Bye for now.